Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach, and we're celebrating our second anniversary on the 20th. So we're going to do something crazy. That's right. We're going to give you what I call 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. That means we're going to give you 2 master classes, consultation for the next 2 weeks for only $20 bill. That's right. 2 master classes, 2 weeks for only $20 bill. And we're going to teach you how to create the pom-pom lifestyle and earn $8,333 a month in passive income. And the master class is going to focus on teaching you how to start business, buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws. And all you got to do is hit that link and invest $20 for 2 weeks, 2 classes, and come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. I'll see you in the master class 2 by 2 with DJ Money.
All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series, brought to you by DJ, the Money Coach, and the 7 Spheres of Money. Thank you for being here. And before we get started, as always, as you're coming in the door, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Share it, send a link to all of your people, and subscribe to the channel and help us get to 1,000 subscribers so we can tap into these algorithms and spread the message of the pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind to everybody, to everyone. And also to bring you this real talk that we consistently bring you each and every week. And that would be a great anniversary milestone, second anniversary milestone for us to hit that 1,000, because we're so close. We're a little bit over 900. We're so close to reaching 1,000. And you heard the video. April 20th marked the 2nd year anniversary of DJ the Money Coach on the internet, on YouTube. And you heard about that 2 by 2 deal. So you want to get on that 2 by 2 deal, because that is a steal. You understand? Think about it. You're getting 2 master classes, 2 live master classes, and you're getting 2 consultations for $20. $20. That is a steal, because our normal back to basic package is $197, but you're getting 2 master classes and 2 consultations for $20, and the link is right there in the description. So you want to go ahead and get on that. And as a matter of fact, I will put the link in the chat momentarily. Once I go to what I'm going to share with you all. So DJ the Money Coach, he'll be joining us a little bit later in the show. So as we're waiting on DJ, I just wanted to re-emphasize that anniversary special and talk about the anniversary, what we're bringing to you all out there, and also to let you know what you missed this week too. So not only do we have the 2 by 2 special going on, where you get those 2 master classes and 2 consultations, we're also giving away $50,000. Right? You see it in the title there, $50,000. And let me specify that and qualify that. That is $50,000 in scholarships, and products and services, and grants. That is what the $50,000 is in. We're not giving away $50,000 in cash, just so everybody's aware of that. But just know that these grants, scholarships, products, and services is actually better than the cash. When you think about what you're getting, when you think about how those scholarships and grants can get you access into the master classes, how those scholarships and grants can help you with your business, and get you access to our network, that's worth much more than the cash. Shout out to, hey, what's going on, Shantae? Shout out to you, South Cali in the building. What's going on, Shantae? Thanks for being here. But yeah, that's what we're giving, that's what we have for you all. It's a celebration for DJ the Money Coach, but we also say it's a celebration for you all. It's a celebration for you all for being here and taking this journey with us. Some of you all have been here since the very start, back in April and May of 2020. Some of you are our very first subscribers, are still here rocking with us. Some of you all came along the ride last year, and some of you all we just met, last night, because DJ the Money Coach had an incredible on fire interview appearance on Ericka Williams' channel. So shout out to Ericka Williams, and shout out to all the folks that came over from Ericka Williams' channel. So for this celebration, I figured we would go back into the archives, and so just so you're not hearing it from us, we'll let you hear it from some of the folks that we work with. We'll be going back into, so yeah, it's a combination of the archives, but we also have some current words from some of our friends and partners. So I will be sharing some of that with you all. So I'll actually start with that. We had a couple of friends on our Wednesday show, our Wednesday live show, since that was our actual anniversary day. So we had a couple of DJs, good friends and partners, pop on and give their congratulations and give their well wishes for us reaching 2 years on YouTube and the internet. And we also had some people who couldn't join us on the live stream, and they left their recordings with us. So I'll actually start with those first, and then we'll go back in time a little bit and give you a glimpse of who's worked with us on both the client and the partner side, and the work that we've done with those folks and for those folks. So let's start with the 2nd year anniversary. Let's get to some of these anniversary wishes. Be right back.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry I couldn't be on the main live call. Just want to step in for a second, talk about DJ and his team. Very well put together company, very well put together investment team and group. Great selection of people that they have, and word is their bond. I will say that word is their bond. We put a deal together for a company that we started, JP Valet. Doing valet trash service, valet car service, chauffeur, valet laundry service. Put the deal together in under about 3 weeks. Sent all the final analysis to DJ, his team. Everybody approved it. Everybody agreed. Real simple transaction. Definitely real clear understanding as well. Something about DJ himself is that it's going to be crisp and clear. Anything you do with him will be crisp and clear, and his team. So for me, it was a no-brainer to definitely sign on with his team and trust together to do an investment with his team, and also him investing in the company that we're doing together as far as the valet service company. So believe me when I say the economical growth of this from DJ's team is tremendous. and the cooperative economics that he speaks about, and a lot of the videos, the conversations, the seminars is very true. It's very, very true. And for us as Black people, Black owned businesses, we have to understand that this has been going on for millennials, period. It's something that has been around. It's something that was created strictly for people to actually survive, surpass, make millions, however you want to call it. It was designed for that. DJ's team has the financial literacy and the actual intelligence of understanding how that key unlocks that door and the wealth, the power to full wealth for your whole entire family. They know exactly how to do it. They know they've been doing it, and it's something that they're trying to push out to others that are the same color as us, and definitely try to get us to understand that that guy who's on TV with this Bugatti, it could be well you as well. It could be you also. So it's just the fact of understanding, knowing, and having the right people in your corner. Because I don't care who you say that makes millions or billions of dollars, they have a team. They have some people they can trust. They have people they have to entrust to give things to, and also make deals with, and also share money. And DJ's team is showing how that's possible in the Black community. So please, if you're on this call right now and you don't believe, please believe. I'm telling you now, it's something that it can really be explained, but at the same time, it's better off being shown. And DJ's team have shown that. Okay, so that's definitely what made me interested and made me definitely become a team member of DJ's team, and seeing how the evolution of money, power of inflation, taxation laws, they're all up to speed with that. They're all right there to be able to help foresee the financial sacrifices that you have to make as a business owner, the financial sacrifices you have to make as an investor, the sacrifices you have to make to actually get to that retirement part if you just want to invest. So trust me, their team is top notch, and I put my name all over it. So I thank you guys for your time. Please, please keep your ears wide open, keep your eyes wide open, because DJ has a plan that is phenomenal. So I'm gonna hold off on my video now. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
All right. So shout out to Mr. Brandon Jones of JP, JP Valet and Services, JP Pest Control. You know, he truly exemplifies, him and DJ working together truly exemplifies that cooperative economics. You know, getting our members involved with his business endeavors to get the deal done and to show that we can work with one another. And we interviewed Brandon also on this show specifically, Nick's Knowledge and Notions, NQ, science series. I think sometime last year we interviewed Brandon. So if you go back through the archives, you will find that show with Brandon. Smart, sharp brother. DJ has a lot of good things to say about him. I do too, but DJ could just articulate it a little bit better. So shout out to Brandon Jones. So let's see who else sent us some anniversary love. Who else sent us some anniversary love? Let's go to the next clip.
Congratulations to DJ the Money Coach and the entire DJTMC team. I don't think people realize how hard you guys have worked over this past 2 years in order to make this platform, one of which is extremely educational, unique, uncompromising in terms of your messaging, and in terms of trying to help thousands of people get out of their financial circumstances that may be dire. And so all it also took was DJ the Money Coach having not only the experience, greater than 20 years, but also he himself has been in a situation which was less than ideal with his financial circumstances. And now, he is extremely successful. And also to it was really the compassion that he has in understanding that in our community there is a huge wealth gap and a huge disparity economically. And all we want is just to realize the American dream. We want the same opportunities. And this is something that DJ the Money Coach understands, and he is trying to help each and every one of us try to attain that. He's helped me 25 years ago when I was starting my private practice. And of course, as a doctor, I did not understand the business side of, starting a practice. And so I'm happy to say I've been solvent since that time. And I couldn't have done it without his help. So I am so grateful for my opportunity, and I'm so grateful and thankful that DJ the Money Coach has extended the same opportunities for others. And I am looking forward to working with you on your platform for Medical Mondays. And I just want to say, keep on keeping on. Happy anniversary.
All right. And shout out to Dr. Sylvia Hollowell, one of the best doctors in this country. If you've been with us for a while, we featured Dr. Hollowell on our Medical Monday show. And just to highlight some of the valuable information from another licensed professional, Dr. Hollowell did a show. Let's see, the last show that she did for Medical Mondays, that was the fitness show where she brought on a personal trainer, and the personal trainer did a demonstration, did a demo on camera remotely of some exercises that we all can do at home, because this might have been during the time when everything was still closed. Either the gyms were still closed, and even if the gyms were open, I think this was back in June. So this was the time where the gyms were still closed. So he gave us some exercises, some home-based workouts that we can do in lieu of going to the gym, or even in lieu of being outdoors, because sometimes the weather can be inclement and we're not able to go outside and work out. So we had the fitness trainer on. Let's see what else. Try to remember the other Medical Monday show. Dr. Hollowell also touched on questions about the pandemic and COVID-19. So she did a show on that, and answering a lot of folks' questions and concerns that people had about the disease that was going around, the virus that was going around, when it was more so at its peak. So she brought that information. She also brings information about nutrition. She's also a doctor who views health holistically. So she also touches on, of course, the physical part of it with the exercise, but also the mental health as well. The mental health and the nutrition, and how all of those areas of health are interconnected and interlinked. So shout out to Dr. Hollowell. Thank you for those anniversary well wishes. So now let's go to our next anniversary wish. Hopefully you were able to hear Dr. Hollowell. I know we tried to play that video on Wednesday during the actual anniversary day, and you all had some trouble hearing it. So I played it through a different vehicle, a different format. So hopefully the video was at least a little bit louder so you were actually able to hear Dr. Hollowell speak. But let's go to our next happy second anniversary wish from another DJ the Money Coach partner, someone who DJ has been working with for a very long time. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Hey, DJ the Money Coach. Happy anniversary. Happy second anniversary. This is your lawyer, Lisa Shebar, but of course you knew that. Lisa K. Shebar, as I guess you called me. So anyway, I heard that you were having your second anniversary of being on the internet today, and just wanted to stop by and congratulate you and tell you that I'm proud to know you. You have a lot to offer to so many people. Your knowledge, your inspiration, your ability to teach, your ability to demonstrate by example, just helping people get financially healthy and credit-wise, and just everything that you can do to help improve their lives. I'm happy and proud to be a part of that effort. I've known you for many, many years, and I really admire and respect you for everything that you do, especially the way you help people improve their situations. So congratulations, and hope you have many, many more anniversaries to come.
All right. Shout out to attorney Lisa K. Shebar. Like I mentioned, someone who's been working with DJ for a very long time. Lisa is one of our legal partners, because legal is one of the 7 spheres of money. And as you can see, Lisa is a very, very warm, very sweet, very kind lady. But don't get on the wrong side of her litigation. DJ likes to call her the pit bull. And don't get on the wrong side of litigation. Don't find out why DJ calls her the pit bull, why DJ the Money Coach calls her the pit bull. We'll just leave it at that. She is one of, so Dr. Hollowell is one of the best doctors in the world. Lisa K. Shebar is one of the best attorneys, one of the best lawyers in the world. You can't go wrong when you have a Lisa K. Shebar on your team to comb over those contracts, those trademarks, any legal aspect of business related to starting your business. So you all know that DJ the Money Coach helps his members start up their businesses. And if you want to get, your business name trademarked, Lisa is the person for the job. If you have a contract, Lisa is the person to write that contract or to read over that contract. Lisa is the one. So let's take a break from our anniversary clips, and let's go to a commercial break so we can pay some bills and you all can see the other reason why we're celebrating and what else we're bringing to the people. Stay tuned. You're watching Nick's Knowledge and Notions.
Amazing drink. You gotta have this amazing drink. This pop lifestyle. I'm not telling you, no joke. It's real, baby. But guess what? We put the work in. That's right. 4 dirty little words. That's right. Discipline, accountability. Plug into a system of people that are doing what you want to do in life. And number 4, do the work. And in 3 to 5 years, I said 3 to 5 years, not 3 to 5 minutes, not 3 to 5 months, not 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 years, you can be consumer debt free. You have a 6-figure passive income, and you can own businesses, you can buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws, and have a pom-pom lifestyle. There's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. Show them that beach.
All right, and welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions NQ Science Series, brought to you by DJ the Money Coach in the 7 Spheres of Money. The celebration continues. DJ the Money Coach 2nd year anniversary on the internet, on YouTube. And we always wish everyone a pom-pom lifestyle and welcome everyone to join us on the Beaches of the World Club. As you can see from that last ad there, DJ was on one of the beaches of the world, which is Zanzibar. So he was there several weeks ago, but guess what? He is going back to Zanzibar, and he's inviting you to join him at Zanzibar. So if you want to go to Zanzibar, we have the link for you to make your deposit, to join us in Zanzibar. That trip will be sometime in August. And we're going there to relax, but we're also going there to do business too. So, as a matter of fact, let me show you all what we got cooking up for our members who are qualified and who are able to participate in this project. You know, let me show you all what the DJ the Money Coach 7 Spheres of Money team is working on in Zanzibar. Hold on. Be right back.
Unit that we're about to acquire in May. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Check it out. Look at that view.
Let me run that back from the beginning, actually, so you can hear what he said.
Nothing's gonna happen, guys. This is a unit that we're about to acquire in May. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Check it out. Look at that view. Nothing's going to be blocking your view, impairing at all. To the right, those are the last buildings that are being constructed. Straight ahead, nothing higher than the units that you already see, guys. So envision yourself owning this unit. This is a complete 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit. That's right, right on top of the Indian Ocean. This is your main space. So we'll go out here onto your terrace. Again, look at your view. Look at the view. Look at that. Look at that. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. 1 unit. This is the 2nd bedroom right here. Again, amazing views. This is available right now. First person up can have a tenant in it as soon as 2nd week of May. You check it out. Walk out on your little terrace, and what do you see? Look at that view. Amazing. So this is it. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, spectacular view of the Indian Ocean in Zanzibar, what is called Fumba Town. And this whole entire development will be complete, master community by 2024. So that's 7,000 units. This is all available for you right now, May. So let me take you upstairs to the top. That's a full rooftop for the residents. Come up here to do whatever you want to do. Look at that. Look at that, guys and gals. Yes, they're going to make this into an entertainment spot up here. Barbecue, games, etc., etc. This whole unit only has about 22 luxury units in it. We're taking down 2. You can take down 2 with us. DJ the Money Coach in Fumba, Zanzibar. Come join us on the Pom Pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Be an owner in Zanzibar, and then you can enjoy your life, get passive income. This is the way we do it. Talk to you later. Out.
All right, and that is what we are doing in Zanzibar, becoming owners. So that's what's going down. I'm about to bring DJ the Money Coach on in a minute. First, I want to give another shout out to Shantae, who just got the 2x2 special. So shout outs to you, for showing love in the chat and for jumping on that 2x2 special during the show. So shout outs to you. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring on the man. Bring on the man. Oh, he looks like he's ready to be out on the beach. There he goes. What's up, DJ?
What's up? What's up?
The celebration continues.
That's right, baby. We celebrating, baby. We celebrating for the next 10 days. 2 years on this amazing platform called YouTube. And it couldn't be a better start, as I call it, the terrific twos, baby. The terrific twos. That's right. 2x2x2. And that's all you got to do if you want to roll with us is pull out an Andrew Jackson, and you can get an amazing $2,000 certified education class, 2 of them. I'm talking about 2 hours of training by licensed professionals. That's right. I'm going to come on here again. You know, we're licensed, baby. We're licensed professionals. That's life, health, property, casualty, deferred comp. I used to be a chartered senior financial planner and a certified estate advisor for 12 years and managed millions of dollars of affluent people's assets. And what we're giving you guys is a payback, because this is a celebration for you. This is a happy anniversary for you, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, and even children who are age 7 to 18. We've got the complete package. I'm telling you, we actually teach kids at age 7 years of age, learn how to invest in dividend stocks. We teach 11-year-olds how to actually start their own YouTube channels and actually teach them how to generate passive income by doing their own webinars. Is that crazy or what? And you know where we start? We start right here in our own house first. We put the fruit on the tree. The Crusher, he did his first webinar last year during the anniversary, and he made 4 figures. That's right, left of the zero. So we're going to celebrate everybody on this platform from 7 to 83 and teach them how to become consumer debt free, because that's so important, ladies and gentlemen. Teach them how to pay off their homes in 5 to 7 years if you have a 15-year mortgage. If you have a 30-year mortgage, we teach you how to pay off your home in 7 to 10 years. And then we're going to teach you to overcome the major hurdles I had when I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I earned myself an amazing 525 credit score. That's right. I earned a 525 credit score. You know how? Because I was irresponsible. And even though I went to college to become a CPA, and I finished with a minor in accounting, I had no idea what personal finance was. But if you ask me what a P&L was, a K1, depreciable assets, amortization for corporations, man, I aced that out the bat because I got trained to handle the other man's business, and I wasn't trained to handle my business. Because guess what? In my household, we did not know about personal finances. So I earned myself $60,000 worth of debt, $20,000 in student loans, and $40,000 in credit card debt. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, nobody put a gun to my head when I was going through the airport and going on campus and they were giving away the t-shirts and the caps. I grabbed them t-shirts and caps and fill out them applications, and I got that money because I was broke. And like you, I was paying my tuition with it. I was buying clothes with it. I was partying with it. Did I say I was partying with it? Oh, yeah. And I was also paying for my friends to party with me on my dime. Tell me if that don't resonate. Come on, let's keep it a buck, okay? Again, congratulations, Shantae Netterville, for taking advantage of the program. You're going to get more than your money's worth. I guarantee you, okay? So I earned a 525 credit score, $60,000 worth of debt. Now, mind you, this was 20 years ago. So that's equivalent today to like $140,000 of debt. And this was in the pre-digital age. So I had to do it the old-fashioned way to get myself out of debt because I didn't file bankruptcy. Because to me, in my humble but accurate opinion, if it's not business debt and I took on personal, I borrowed money from somebody, then I should pay them back. I should be responsible. To me, if you're a winner, you take care of your responsibilities. And that's what I did. I paid back every dime. And it took me like 5 to 7 years. But you know what? I never went backwards after that. And it was a great, therapeutic process. And who would have thought that right now from doing that I would have been able to help 25,000 people over 20 years have the same impact. So that's what we're really talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're excited about. So that $50,000 a giveaway, like Nick said earlier, I'm not giving you cash. I'm not giving you, tickets to the opera, or tickets, to your favorite event. I'm giving you tickets to the best event on the planet, which is financial education, with 7 professionals. You know, I want to reiterate to you, ladies and gentlemen, that we created a system called the 7 spheres of money with professionals. And that 7 spheres is accounting, insurance, banking, financial planning, real estate, estate planning, and legal. And the reason why we created that system is law self-preservation. I was selfishly trying to get myself out of the hole. And when I found highly competent and integrity-based professionals, first, they took me out of the mire. And then I said, you know what? There's other people that need this help as well. And I said, why don't you come join our program and we work together in a synergistic relationship like simpatico and help some other people. So at first it was selfishness. And then it was like I saw a market that was underserved in our community. And then I saw a market that was underserved in America. And so I took on the task 20 years ago to create this system, not by myself, but with a team. Emphasis on team. There's no I in team, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So we created this system, and I took it first right to my church, Chicagoland Bible Fellowship in Chicago. And I actually went through a course that was produced by Focus on the Family. There was an 8-week financial literacy course, but the course was like 2 hours on Sunday after we had already been in church for 2-3 hours. Think about that. So you're in church the whole day, then you're going to stay around for another 2-3 hours to get these stewardship principles out of the Bible, and people got tired. They couldn't stay the whole 8 weeks. But you know what? We did. I stayed the whole 8 weeks, got my stuff together, and then just like technology, I said, wait a minute. There's a way to condense this, to keep it relevant, keep it exciting, and engage people right away. And in the process, I went and got my securities license, ladies and gentlemen. I got my Series 6, my Series 63. I got my 20, whatever, the one that you use to manage agents. I got that one too, ladies and gentlemen. And then I said, you know what? If I can take and condense this down, because I'm constantly thinking innovation. And this would be the mindset of looking at this. So this would be like going from the cassette tape to the CD to the streaming service to the MP3. So again, this would be like taking the cassette tape to the CD to the MP3. So that's what I did in the financial literacy. I took an 8-week, 20+ hour, very great course, and I condensed it down, ladies and gentlemen, to 3 hours, 18 modules, and taught it in a class. And then I went from CD to MP3, and I made it a digital course before it was called digital courses. Isn't that something? I mean, think about that. I was so far ahead as an innovator. I had already created a downloadable course back in 2012, 10 years ago, which you now call digital courses. You know why I created that? Because I was actually teaching it to big mega churches, YMCA, state of Illinois attorney general's young prosecutors, with the head attorney person saw my program in a church and pulled me aside. She said, you know what? Our first year prosecutors, they only make $30,000, $40,000 a year, and they're going to be serving the community. We need to get them financial literacy. So they hired me and I taught them. And then from there, ladies and gentlemen, I got hired again to teach at the YMCA and then the Federal Reserve. And then it was like, okay, how can we get this when we can't attend your class? How about we make a course that we can actually send to you or you can download? Thus, we had a downloadable course, ladies and gentlemen. And we went from church to non-for-profits to government to corporate America. You see why we're excited? So this is a vocation. This is a calling. So once we did that, we jumped on and re-engineered it. And in 2016, we said, hey, man, we went on this program called Periscope. How many of y'all remember Periscope? Periscope was the innovator of these platforms here. First live broadcast that you can do. So I was actually doing webinars on Periscope in 2016 before all these people on these platforms right here were doing it. I'm going to say it again. Before all these people. And I got the receipts. You feel me? So I went on there and created a whole bunch of programs, taught people how different businesses work, and we had a huge reception. And then people start saying, hey, man, we don't want, Periscope to take all our stuff. And then they start parking their videos on the YouTube. Check me if I'm wrong. If you were on Periscope, which was owned by Twitter, which they just sunset last year, in order to keep your proprietary information, people say, hey, man, we should just upload and upload them and back them up on YouTube. So I had no desire to be on YouTube. I just backed up my stuff so I wouldn't lose my video. So after we done all that, ladies and gentlemen, we're stumbling around and I look up, I see a great program called Urban X, where I found my business manager, Nick, at, and they were talking about community things. And I was like, man, here's this young guy named Malcolm, and he's doing a great job. And I said, he's doing everything but the most important thing that our people need. He wasn't talking about money. He talked about it from a cultural standpoint with the entertainers and the athletes and stuff like that. But he wasn't teaching about money because he didn't know how money worked. But he had a huge following building up. And I just reached out to Malcolm. At first, I bought his stuff. There's a tip. I bought his stuff. I bought his t-shirt. And sincerely, he had a weekend where a part of his show where he would highlight up and coming young Black, children, professionals. And he called, I forgot, what was the name of when he highlighted it, Nick?
Oh, it was the Urban Excellence Stories.
Urban Excellence Stories. That's correct. So I put on his shirt, got one for my son. I took a picture and I said, hey, I just want to tell you about my son, who I think is amazing. And I wasn't trying to, pump up our head. But my son at the time was 13 years of age and he was getting ready to go to, no, my son was, he just turned 13. He was a sophomore in high school. And he just won a major test. I said, man, I think my son is the epitome of urban excellence. And he saw the picture with his stuff on and my son. And he said, hey, man, let's celebrate your son. That happened. Then I said, hey, man, I would love to come on to your show and answer any questions about money. It's going on 4 years ago, Nick. Going on 4 years ago. So we come on the show, answer questions. Next thing I know, their stuff blowing up. And he said, hey, man, we need to have you back on the show. I had no desire, ladies and gentlemen, to be on nobody's show week in, week out. I had better things to do because I was free raising my family and being a 24/7 dad. Real talk. And I was a baseball coach. Real talk. So that was my passion. But you know what? I saw that there was a need there, and we filled that need, ladies and gentlemen, and we stumbled on Nick. Nick made this amazing testimonial, and I was like, man, who is he talking about? And then I read it, and then we sat down. Nick came through every process of the program, and I finally got a program less expensive than what Nick paid for. So now I don't feel bad anymore because Nick actually had paid whatever it was, $39 or something. And I was infuriated because I actually spent 6 hours in training for these people for $39, people. Real talk. Stuff that I get paid for, facts, thousands of dollars from corporate America. Okay. So going through that showed me that there was even more of a deficit than I ever thought before. And then I just got reinvigorated. I said, you know what? We need to get out here and share this with everybody. And then I also saw other people coming on these platforms who were not licensed, who had no experience, and people were following their personalities, and they were actually miseducating them and misleading them. And I had a problem with that, ladies and gentlemen. And so I didn't hate on them people. I just said, hey, how are you miseducating and misleading them when you don't even have the fruit on your tree? But the reality is, in the world we live in, which is a very superficial world, anybody can have the gift of gab and be charismatic. People just look at that and they don't even look at the stability or the instability that they have. They look at the glitter and they get caught up in that, mind, blank. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I made it a point to reach out to some people and say, hey, man, I like to come on your show and talk about real stuff and show you real business stuff that's happening in the real world. This is real too, but it ain't really real. You know what I mean? Okay? Because most of the people watching these programs, they're living vicariously through other people's lives because they don't have that life. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying we're better than anybody, because we're not. We just put the work in and we're showing you what reality is in a very non-starlit world, in a next door neighbor type, capacity. So once after we did that, we were told about a couple of platforms, went on people's shows, well received. And then next thing we know, we met, this awesome person, Ericka Williams, and we go on her show, and man, it's like, hundreds of people just wanted to get down with our program. And even with our Urban X, we had times at 150, 200 people come into our master class. And at that point, I said, we got to charge more, because I was losing money putting those classes on. That's just facts. Okay. So we hook up with Ericka Williams. We come on her show once or twice. And then she said, hey, man, people love hearing you and hearing real stuff. Because I was bringing other professionals on the platform. Okay. I don't deal with nobody if they're not licensed. Okay. And everybody on our program, as you saw, Dr. Hollowell, 30 years as the top family practice physician in the world. Lisa Shebar, 30 years in law. In my humble but honest expert opinion, she's the best attorney on trademarks, litigation. You know why? Because McDonald's hamburger said that. Dr. Hollowell, she the best in class because the state of Michigan said that. Providence Hospital said that. Her thousands of patients say that, and the proof in the pudding is that her patients been with her for as almost long as she's been practicing. And she's constantly got people pulling her from every direction, wanting her expertise. So that's what the people say. And then you got Melvin Hobson, 19 years with me as a registered investment advisor, and he's got hundreds and thousands of people that call on him for help, because Melvin's the kind of guy, he'll give you the shirt off his back. And if he gives you a consultation for 15 minutes, he'll talk to you for 3 hours to help you with all kind of stuff that ain't even got nothing to do with what you called him about. That's the kind of guy he is. Y'all starting to get the theme? My people are servanthood leaders. I'm going to say that again. Servanthood leaders. And then you have James Lane, the CPA of the CPAs, 30 years plus, doing big bill taxes for ExxonMobil, billions of dollars in tax returns, doing tax returns for clients for KPM, man. Then he's working with franchisors, people who have franchises like McDonald's, Subway, that their businesses are $3-4 million a year on the regular. Then he has affluent athletes and entertainers that he does taxes for. Does that make sense? So there's no tax situation he has not seen. Would you rather work with them instead of working with some kid that just told you he read a tax book? And yeah, he figured out how to get himself out of the situation, but now he's trying to tell you how LLCs work and you just following him, but nobody else is following them. Because again, if they really who they are, there's people in corporate America using their products, using their curriculums. See, that's the real test. That's the real litmus test. You should be asking them, hey, who are your clients? And how do you make your money other than selling me a course? I don't have a problem with you selling a course. If it's legal, ethically, and morally sound, hey, man, sell as many as the market want to buy from you. But don't sit up here and tell me that you made your money building businesses, investing in real estate, when all your money is made off of selling me a course. Does that make sense? Think about it. That should be the first thing. How do you make your money outside of this course you got? How do you make your money other than this training session that you've given me? Show me that you actually have built a business. Show me that you actually have a real estate portfolio. And then I don't have a problem following you. But if you're just making your money through the course, be honest about that too. Say, yeah, I got myself out of the mire and I'm making my money selling the course. Full transparency. Now I buy your course. Now I take your coaching. I know you're making your money just this one way and I'm good with it. But don't tell me you some expert in some other lane when you're making 95% of your bread by selling me a course. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? You know, and this is what I'm being called to tell you right now, because I'm in a celebration mode and life is great because we got a lot of people who are appreciating what we are helping them out with, and we're over serving them because that's what we're going to always do. I had a recent member named Iris, and she said, hey, she's a DJ. When are you going to retire from doing financial education? And I looked at her, I said, hey, Iris, the reality is never. I said, until I go home to heaven, this is what I do. She said, well, what about spending time with you? I said, my kids are getting tired of me because they see me from the day they came out the womb. I've always been there. Think about that. If you are making 6 figures and your kids spending time in the day prison, I'm talking about child care, after school, daycare, because you're making that cheddar, but you can't be with them. Are you really winning in life? Somebody else is imparting your child with their ethics, their morals, and their principles, but you're paying the bill for that. Think about that, not me. So when my kids got out of the womb and start walking and talking, I was there day in, day out. You know how y'all know? Because guess what? We had our headmaster come on. Shout out to Dr. Rose Spencer. She's taught every one of my children in my mindset. All of y'all know about Khan Academy now, but were you a Khan Academy, advocate 10 years ago when they first got started? I was one of the first people on the Khan Academy platform when all schools were, oh no, man, Khan Academy, that's a scam. There's no way they can help people homeschool over the internet and teach them math, science, technology. I'm being real with you. Go pull the receipts. But I got on Khan Academy as soon as I saw it. And I put my first son on it and boom, to the moon. And then it's like anything else. Once they realize it's not a scam and it's got legitimate principles, because oh boy, Khan, he was a graduate of Stanford University. Bill Gates invested in his business over $5 million. So now you can't go nowhere on this planet that anybody doing any homeschooling that they don't use Khan Academy and Khan Academy in high schools, elementary schools, early adopters. I want y'all to pick up this book called The Roaring, I'm probably getting my R's wrong, but Roaring 2000s by Harry S. Dent. He wrote this book about how technology changes everything. And he wrote this book like in 1998, 2000. And he gave a parallel between the Roaring 20s when the markets collapsed to the Roaring 2000s. And I was just dumb enough to believe everything in the book. He talked about something called S-curve economics. First, when a new technology comes into the marketplace, there's only 2 people who can afford it: wealthy people and early adopters. So the wealthy people, they have the money, and then the adopters or the influencers, which is what these platforms are, they get it. And then in the first 10%, they have it, tickle around with it. And then in the next 20 to 70%, it's called general acceptance, usually a massive explosion in 2 to 5 years. That's when the products become less expensive because the technology is now accepted and people start using it. And thus it creates an S-curve economics. That means it explodes. And then it gets up at the top and then it levels off. That's why startup companies can go $1 billion in 24 months versus in the real world 30 years ago, to create $1 billion company took 30 years. But if you're not a student of business, you wouldn't know that. Okay. Then I was dumb enough to read another book called The Hidden Cost of Being an African American by Shapiro. Again, another business book with case studies that was written again between 98 and 2000. Are y'all seeing the trend here? Early adopter. I dug into the books that made sense before everybody else did. So in that book, in The Hidden Cost of Being African American, which was very, close to my and dear to my heart because he showed case studies of white Americans, Black Americans, and Hispanic, Mexican Americans, where the families would get ahead because the grandparents and the parents paid their debt, gave them their down payment in their homes. And even though the white counterpart didn't have the education as the Black counterpart, they had more wealth. But then you came out of college as the first time graduate in your family, and you came loaded with student loan. You came loaded with, you got to carry everybody else. And then you were trying to figure out how your white counterpart kept getting ahead when you got 2 master's degrees and they ain't even got a 1 degree. You see what I'm saying? So when I studied that, I said, hey, here's the secrets they telling you right now. One of the number ones you saw in there is that the white guy or the white girl, they came into college, no debt. They came and got their first job, and their grandparents had been saving for 30 years to do one thing for them: give them a leg up by paying the down payment on their house. You can't compete with that. But when you see it, you start taking on unnecessary debt, and because you're upset about it, because you don't really know how they're getting ahead. Then you take on unnecessary debt, you take on subprime loans, you take on, credit card debt, advancing, you go to payday loan and all that, because you're looking the part and you're still like, man, how's this person? They work for me, but they got 2 homes. I got 1. They kid in the private college, mine in the public school. What's wrong with this picture? Because you ain't looked beneath the surface and find out what the secret was. Does that make sense? So once I figured that out and I looked at my own situation, I said, oh, I ain't never going to be in debt no more. Oh, and I'm not going to be mad at them. See, that's the other thing. I'm not going to be mad at them because guess what? If I was in position to do that for my children and my children's children, I'd do it too, because that's real winning. And the difference is that, see, they think that they earned theirs. That's where the problem is. They born on third base and they telling you they put the same amount of work you did. And see, that's being fake and false. Just like these people who claim to be experts, they're saying that they made all their money building business and real estate, but they making it selling courses. Y'all see the connection? So now I took my time, my effort, put my team together, and we wiped out that stuff. And we told people through the education process, and we said, hey, stop getting out here in these streets and buying stuff that you don't need. And that's hard to do. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? So with all that said, in the process of the last 2 years, we've actually just helped people understand where they are, where the disadvantage is, and where's the leveraging point to have a fulcrum and actually catapult them into the future of the best life they can ever have. In essence, that's what the pom-pom lifestyle is. Because once you get the mindset that debt is not good, and the only good debt is debt that makes you money, and you control that first and pay down all that consumable debt, you actually increase your wealth, and you actually increase your earnings without even making any extra money. Man, it's a novel concept. Then you do that, and then you stop promoting all your stuff and start slowly just acquiring an asset here, an asset there, invest in the right course here, get the right mentor. And that's when we came up with, again, STEAM. And see, people be saying this, and I thought about it because it was the STEM program, and my kids used to go to it. And then they start introducing this M to the program. I mean, this A, and they start talking about entertainment. I said, what the hell does that got to do with science, technology, engineering, math? Oh, well, we got to make them feel good. No, feel good ain't going to get you no damn job. Because here's what they don't tell you. There's a ton of starving artists, a ton of wannabe basketball players, but there ain't a ton of starving engineers. There ain't a ton of starving coding people. There ain't a ton of starving mathematicians. You know why? Because they got technical skills, and those are in high demand and very little supply. How do we know? Guess what? All you got to do is what is called HB 72 or whatever. What is that? I'm probably saying it wrong, and whoever tried to knock it, don't even think about it. Because here's the rip. What that is a bill that allows people from other countries, primarily India, to come over here as engineers and get jobs that are in high demand, i.e., used to be the same thing with nurses back in the 70s. They would get sponsored to come here to fulfill jobs because there was not enough nurses. When you right here trying to, swing a bat, shoot a basketball, toe the football, when you got a 1 out of 3 million chance to even make it to the pros. But if you went to school to get an engineering degree, a nursing degree, a doctor's degree, a lawyer degree, you got a 1 in 1 chance to succeed. But you've been watching all them television programs showing you to shine, while over here, the left hand is here to distract you, while the right hand is pulling down the real bag. So in the 2 years, we said, we're going to debunk that. And we're going to show these people behind the curtain how things really work. So that's what we're celebrating. And we celebrate all of you who are wise enough to understand that, hey, here's the big trick. The stuff that you try and impress the Joneses or the Jay-Z's and the Kanye's with, they don't even like you. And when it's all real and done and said, you don't even like them. You know what you like? You like what they got. There's another book called The Psychology of Money. And the guy talks about when he was young, starting senior year of high school, freshman in college, he used to go be a valet because he wanted to drive the cars that the wealthy people were driving. And he said, hey, man, I realized I didn't even like them. I like their car. Don't that sound familiar? You like the sizzle that they got. You don't really like that person because 9 out of 10 times, I hate to tell you this, most of them, they a-holes. Because y'all didn't pump them up and made them iconic and you idolatry. And now they think they really gods when they're not. And you quick to celebrate their victory, but they ain't celebrating it with you. Real talk, baby. Real talk. So enough of that soliloquy. Yep, that's right. Every now and then I hack up a word, but guess what? Does it matter? Because I'm free. One of my mentors said, hey, man, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but don't call me late to the bank. I can speak broken English as long as I pay my bills.
Yep, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. The 2-year celebration, Nick been holding it down. So we are here to celebrate you, to help you become consumer debt free, ladies and gentlemen. It's the application, not knowing. We're here to help you have the basis of an 800 credit score. Ain't nothing special about an 800 credit score. All it is somebody has been disciplined and pay their bills. That's all it is. That's all it is. Ain't nothing special. We're here to show you how to acquire real estate, crawl, walk, run. If you want to have 20 units in one building, but you ain't never bought one, should you be trying to jump off the cliff? How about just grab one little residential property? How about grab one little mobile home and do the marathon versus trying to, blow out the race like the pace rabbit or the pace dog, and then we never hear about you again. And then we show you the magnitude of how the tax laws, so then you don't get upset with Jeff Bezos. You don't get upset with Warren Buffett. When Warren Buffett, sheepishly says, oh man, I pay less taxes than my secretary. Then everybody get all upset because he's talking about percentage wise. He pays more taxes than the secretary in terms of the check he cut, but percentage wise, his secretary paying 30% and he paying 12 or 8. What you should be asking is, Warren, how you do that? See, it used to be a thing in all communities in America. This is an American culture thing, which is our culture too, ladies and gentlemen, because we created most of it. Let's just keep the facts real, okay? But in our culture, the first thing we do when somebody's getting ahead and we ain't getting ahead with them, we get on that haterade. And then that's what came up with that old idiom that goes back probably 30 years. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Man, I get so sick of hearing that. But then it's another one. It's a, hey, man, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? So what I say is, hey, man, embrace it all. Get in the game and join them and duplicate the principles of success. and then you win. So ain't no hater for nobody, because you should be looking at, again, what are they doing principally, system-wise, and team that's allowing them all the time to win. And I have to be honest, I used to be one of them guys, I see somebody, man, just things coming easy to him, and I'll be out there grinding, and I'm getting upset, but I don't know. Number one, here's the first thing, psychologically. Let me share this with you. If you're out there grinding hard and you got a lot of personal problems, you know what I'm saying? No matter what great work you do, no matter how sincere you are, that person that you're trying to do business with, they can sense that you are under compulsion. That means pressure. That even though you speak the King's English, you speak 3 languages, you know how to do, E squared equals MEC2 or whatever, something about you says that you got problems that they can't relate to, and you're putting a shield or a veneer over them, and they just don't do business with you. Guess what? That was me when I had that 525 credit score. I had that $60,000. I was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week trying to get deals done, and I'll be just pulling my hair out. Man, why won't this person do the deal with me? Because just like a dog, they can sense fear in you. They sense that, hey, man, you needed this deal because you were desperate. But when you come back calm, cool, collective, it's the opposite effect. Wow, this person don't need to do business with me. I got to do business with him or her. And then when I figured out spiritually, ladies and gentlemen, that when my vertical alignment was out of a line, I went and got myself some therapy. Wait a minute. Black person getting therapy? You got to be crazy. No, you got to be crazy not to get therapy. See, that's another BS that they sold us to keep us down, but you were stupid enough to buy that. So you know what I did? I went to an anger management course, conflict and anger for young adults. And I went through that program, and then I had a watershed moment, ladies and gentlemen. It showed me spiritually that there's a headship. And then it showed me about the ills and the sins of the father, that you can do everything right, but if your father had a sin, or your father's father had a very detrimental sin, that it may have passed their generation, and then it just falls on you. Ain't nothing you can do until y'all acknowledge it. You talk to them and say, hey, Dad, what did you do, or what did your dad do that has caused me these problems, that I'm doing everything right, but I don't get the blessing? And once you do that, it frees you up. Another thing, if you're the one out there just burning bridges, doing wrong by people, it also taught me, hey, first thing first, go acknowledge and apologize for your sins. And once I was able to do that, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Everything went off the shelf. The load on my back went away, and then all of a sudden, my debt started going away too. Ain't that something? And here's the funny thing, Nick, I didn't even make more money. I actually was making less money when I was paying off the majority of my debt. But because I addressed my sins, I asked my parents about their sins that was holding me back, I was able to get that and put that to rest. And then with less money, I was able to pay off all my debt. Now, y'all didn't come on this show to hear this message, but this is what you need to hear. See, this is called leadership. Leadership is when you tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And if it's hurting right now, guess what? It's the right thing that you need to hear. So when I got that all right, ladies and gentlemen, my businesses start flourishing. The people that I was attracted to start actually engaging and doing business with me, because what John C. Maxwell talks about in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, he talked about the law of the lid. I was a 5, but I looked like a 10. Does that make sense? I was a 5 internally, but externally, I looked like a 10. What does that mean? Just like I tell you, I got my car repossessed. But when my car was getting repossessed, I had a $1,000 suit on. Real talk. Hugo Boss. I used to wear Hugo Boss. And yep, I fell for that too. So I'm in this Hugo Boss suit, Hugo Boss, designer coat, and I'm 3 payments behind on a $15,000 car. So I look like a 10 externally, but I was a 5 spiritually and mentally. Education-wise, I was a 10. College, educated, private school, hanging in all the right circles. Does that sound familiar? If that sounds familiar, hey man, hit me in the chat and tell me, is that sounds familiar? So when I was able to get over those internal demons, ask for forgiveness for my sins, find out the sins that would hold me back, God just said, hey man, no more rounds around Mount Sinai. That's right. And guess what? That don't matter if you're a Muslim, if you're a Buddhist, even if you're an atheist. You are applying the principles of success that God ordained. Immutable laws of success. So when I figured that out, ladies and gentlemen, life got a lot easier for me, and I got a lot more laid back, and I started accepting my calling. And now on this platform, 2 years later, 5,000 people have come through our program, which they know that factually and financially, if they would line up and get somebody at our level, not me, the team. They call it in football the Patriot way. Because isn't it strange that everybody that plays for the Patriots, when they play for somebody else, they were straight scrubs. But then they come to the Patriot system and they take the I out and put team in place. They system players that exceed, because Bill Belichick is good at knowing where to put you at, and he tell you it's team first. And his most famous mantra is do your job. And he goes right to the head, to the GOAT, to Tom Brady, and he says, if I got Tom Brady in line, you think I'm going to put up with the third string guy? I want y'all to think about that. Tom Brady was underpaid for the last 5 years of his career prior to him coming back and playing for Tampa Bay. He was never the highest paid quarterback. He wasn't even in the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks. You know why? Because he was about getting them championships. And he put his ego beside, and he did the Patriot way. Now, guess what? He winning. He getting everything that you want financially and material-wise, because he served the team first, and then he got paid later. But you're taught in these medium, microwavable world, get paid first, don't even do the work. That's not success, baby. Okay? So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, man, hey, we ain't for everybody. Leadership ain't for everybody. Teamwork ain't for everybody. And total peace ain't for everybody. If I could leave you one gift, I would truly gift you great health and truly internal peace. Notice I ain't say nothing about money. Notice I ain't say nothing about trips. Notice I ain't say nothing about, physical, good gear. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, all you got to do is look. All these people that y'all follow, they are haunted. Do you want to really can't walk and go nowhere on this planet because everybody know you and you don't know them, and you can't get any peace because you can't go nowhere? You got to have multiple bodyguards, and you got to rent out whole theaters just so you can go and hang out with your wife, your girl, your boys. Is that what it's all cracked up to be? I'm sorry. There's a saying in the Bible. What does a man gain if he got all the material, gatherings of the world, but he don't have his soul? Real talk. So let's get back to the fun. So the fun is, let's go to the break. Man, Nick holding it down. We having a great time, and we're going to get some shout outs to all the people who've been taking advantage of this amazing program. And I want to say today, shout out to Carolyn. Man, Carolyn and I had a great conversation today. Super sharp professional. Shout out to Joy for introducing us to Carolyn. So Carolyn, I hope you're watching this, because we literally got off the phone right before I got on the show. And I told Carolyn, hey, come check us out. I said, hey, if it's good today, it's going to be good tomorrow. And if we can bless you, great. And if we can lead you in the right direction that don't have you doing stuff with us, that's what we're here for. So shout out to Carolyn. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Kaderos for saying, hey, you need to touch bases with Carol. Shout out. So, hey, man, let's go to the break. Show them something good that they like, the good stuff. Show them the Zanzibar. Show them something. Show them some testimonials, man. And we'll be right back on Nick's Knowledge and Notions. And guess what? I love for you to like, share, and subscribe, but I don't need you to. But we love the appreciation. We'll be right back.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase. Now, let's start the show.
I would highly recommend DJ the Money Coach's program because it gives you a 14-page comprehensive financial education plan. And not only does this plan cover your debt analysis, they give you insight into your debt freedom, what you need to do to get debt free, as well as what you need to do in order to retire and how much you will have when you retire.
As I was reading this, I was expecting something a little different. I thought it was going to be all nuts and bolts because that's the kind of guy Dale is. Dale is all about the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. Well, this book turned out to be both a little bit of nuts and bolts, but a lot of motivation. So if you're someone that's on the fence, looking to get started, just trying to figure out how to do something, or what to do, get motivated to get off that couch, I recommend you pick up this book. It's going to get you to move.
He explained to me how to get rid of my student loans, my old student loans that I thought were just insurmountable. He helped me with strategies to reduce my expenses that don't make me feel like I'm sacrificing anything. And it's not the same information that you find like rehashed and repackaged for the internet. It's personalized advice. It considers your current situation, where you are, your goals, and your level of comfort. We put together a realistic plan of things that I can do immediately, things over the next few months, the next year, and then long term.
Hello, my name is Tim from Southern California. Just want to give a testimony for DJ the Money Coach. Just had a recent consultation with him over the face-to-face Zoom call and gave me some valuable insight as far as financially wise and how to move forward with my life. And we'll recommend him to anybody and everybody if they want to improve their life financially as well. So definitely, again, nothing but great services and feedback. What I've received thus far from DJ the Money Coach, and I advise anybody and everybody about his services. Thank you.
All right, we're back.
Oh yeah, and hey, we appreciate your patience and bearing with us on the technologies. Hey, sometimes things don't work the way you expect, but you know what entrepreneurs do? We, innovate, we adapt, and we keep moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right. We innovate, we adapt, and we keep moving forward. So we want to do now in this 2-year celebration, show. We want to give shouts out to those people and let you know how much we appreciate you actually investing in yourself. Again, shout out to Shantae, shout out to Miriam, shout out to Kimya, shout out to Dana, shout out to Estelle, shout out to Joe Call, Alex, shout out to Pam, shout out to Patrice, shout out to Carlene, shout out to Eleanor, shout out to Allison, shout out to Maggie, shout out to Sierra, shout out to Jasmine, shout out to Manthu. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize, but I just want to show, you how much we appreciate you investing in yourself, because you're going to get more than what you invested in. I will guarantee you that. Shout out to David. Shout out to Ima. Shout out to Arlene. Shout out to Paula. Shout out to Willa. Shout out to KC. Shout out to Nadej. Shout out to Sherry. Shout out to Lakeisha. Shout out to Sharonica. Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to John. Shout out to Sheila. Shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to Diane. Shout out to Koana. Shout out to Arnett. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to Sherlika. Shout out to Biani. Man. Woo, man. It's about 100 more. We're going to mention some more. But I just want to let you know, those are the people who most recently in the last 24 hours have got this amazing 2x2x2. And what is that again? Man, that is 2 master classes. That's right. 2 master classes that are going to teach you how to get out of debt, how to pay off your home, how to actually start a business with the proper entity structure. It's not always an LLC. There are actually 8 entity structures on the IRS code, and you need to figure out which one to work with. So we're going to show you how to do that. Then we're going to show you how to build personal credit into business credit, go from 0 to $100,000 in business line of credit in 6 months. I'm talking about from 0. Ain't no tricks to this. This is real trade. Ain't no secrets. It's just our strategies and laws. And in our masterclass on Wednesday, on our actual anniversary date, we actually showed you a very new vehicle that is revolutionary in the marketplace. Then we're going to show you when you build that business, how to actually stop it from leaking and losing money like mine was doing right back in August with systems. See, we're going to teach you real stuff. Does that make sense? And then we're going to show you the sexy stuff too. We're going to show you that Bentley. You know what that Bentley is for us? That's Zanzibar, baby. That's right. We just took down a 22-unit luxury condominium that's going to be fully built from the ground up, complete in December of 2023. And you can be rest assured that this is going to be a multi-million-dollar enterprise. and I give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count, because number one, it's already being developed. Other 9 units are freestanding luxury condominium buildings are already being completed on the island, and we bought the last one. We didn't say, hey, give me some money and then I'm gonna go find an office. We didn't say, give me some money and then I'm gonna go figure out how to do real estate. We actually took our own money and we went out and took that bad boy down. Then we say, you know what? Why be selfish? Why don't we share this with the people who are qualified? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, for all you negative people, 1, get off the platform. That's first. But, I really don't care because I'll answer all your questions. But the first thing is we actually went and actually did the work. And we actually, before we let you put a penny with us, because I'm not a financial advisor, I don't give financial advice to people. We actually will make sure you're vetted. What does that mean? We'll make sure you are qualified because you do a risk tolerance questionnaire based on the Security Exchange Commission. Then we'll do a financial analytical report to make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Because if you right now are listening and watching this and you are a mother, a father, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, and you don't have a will, shame on you. If in this pandemic that we coming out of, you don't have a power adorable of attorney for health reasons to resuscitate you or not to resuscitate you, shame on you. I don't make no money telling you that, but you need to get that done. And then another thing is, if you got property and assets that are completely paid for and you don't have it in a trust, that's not shame on you because you don't know that you should have it in a trust, because what your perception is, in order to get a trust, I got to have millions of dollars. No, you don't. If you got a property worth $10,000 and you have somebody that rents it from you, or you have somebody that just wants it from you, you have exposure. But if you put it in a trust, your exposure is gone. You feel me? Then there's another vehicle that you can put on it before a trust, but I can't give you that right here. I'm going to give it to you for $20 in the master class on April 27th. Then the last thing we do, just like you heard the young lady say on the testimony, we do a full comprehensive financial education plan for you. Because we do have registered investment advisors on our team. We do have certified public accountants, the real ones. Because all CPAs ain't created equal. All attorneys ain't created equal. All registered investment advisors ain't created equal, because if they just passed the test or the exam, they haven't done the application. If they haven't went through 3 major catastrophic events in America, which I have. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean, DJ? Oh, you ever heard of this little challenging thing called Y2K? You might not even be old enough to understand what I'm talking about. Y2K. They thought that numerically, with the zeros and the ones, that the calendar would not flip over to actually have 2000, and that everything would start crashing around the world. So companies start coming out as Y2K experts, and it caused a catastrophic event in the financial industry. And then a year later, you know what happened? 9/11. Then let's fast forward to the Great Recession, 2008. And now we have our 4th one. So guess what I have? Staying power, because as I navigated through those, I got built to put up a defensive strategy in business. See, all of y'all on offense, but to win championships, you got to have a great defense. And that's what James Lane talks about as a CPA for 30 plus years. James Lane has actually saved ExxonMobil $1 billion on their tax returns by a loophole that he found. I don't think y'all heard me. Now, we got some CPAs out there who young claim they're the best on the planet. They're in their mid-30s and they handling all body's business. And all they do, they clout chasers. They get out here and they poo-pooing on everybody. But why are you doing that when you saying that you serving the people's interests? Why don't you go serve the people's interests and serve them? Ain't nothing wrong with calling out fraudulent people. You should do that all the time. But don't make it your core life's mission to be hating on everybody. Does that make sense? Because that's how you built your platform. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm doing that, and you all, bold up. Hey, man. Hey, how about talking about some positive stuff? So we do a financial education plan for people, emergency fund, cash flow. And before you even say, oh, I already know about that, DJ. Okay, how much you applying it in your regular daily life? Because just in the last 2 months, check this out. In the last 2 months, we sat down with 100 people who making $150,000, $200,000 a year that ain't doing this stuff, but they know it. So what would you rather be? The person that's intellectualized or the person that's applying it all the time? Because see, the application part ain't sexy. And then, another thing happens, it's called life. These people also get so busy, they forget about it. Have you ever heard the saying, it's the cobbler who got the worst shoes? Because he out there making everybody else's shoes the greatest. When I owned my cleaning company, guess whose house was the dirtiest? Mine was. Because I was out there doing cleaning jobs in the city of Chicago for high rises, colleges, schools, working 24/7 to get my business off the ground. When I got home, all I wanted to do, Nick? Lay my head on the bed. So I wasn't concerned about the dishes piling up in my house. I was concerned about the dirt on my floor because I was out there trying to make a living and make a sustainable business. So when I'm showing you this stuff, just first thing, ask yourself, are you applying it? And the second thing, ask yourself, who's your accountability partner? And then the third question is, who's your team to take you to the next level? Here's another problem that professionals have in America. They have people servicing them when they first get started. They do a good job. Then they get lazy and they get used to collecting them free checks from you. And they don't tell you what the next level is because they ain't interested in showing you that. Because if you go from 0 to 20,000, you need to have somebody at 30,000 telling you what 30,000 looks like and what the tax implications of 30,000 is. Does that make sense? And then if you go from 30,000 to 50,000, guess what? Your tax situation gonna be different. Your legal liabilities are gonna be different. But if your person servicing you at 30,000 and they just giving you $30,000 advice, and even though they ain't harming you, they actually are harming you. You know why? Because they ain't earning you no money. They ain't protecting you at the next level, but they collecting a free check. Robert Kiyosaki says, and John C. Maxwell says, you should be out working and outgrowing your professional. It's not meant for you to stay with them for the rest of your life unless they continue to grow. Think about that. And so if you go from 50 to 100, you're now in a different tax bracket. You got more people around you know what you got. You need somebody to teach you at 200,000 how to handle things at 100. Now, needless to say, you go to $250,000. Are y'all listening to me? See, you can't take advice from somebody who ain't been there. And matter of fact, here's another thing you need to know. You can't take advice from somebody who's not lost a lot either. Because if they telling you they always winning, they never lose, they are lying to you. And if they're not lying to you, guess what? Their loss is on the shore. I'm going to say it again. Their loss is on the shore. How do I know? I give you 3 guesses, first 2 don't count. Because when I was doing well in my first business, you know what I started doing? I started getting lazy. I started hiring anybody because I wasn't in love with the cleaning business. What I was in love with, Nick, was the money. The prestige that it gave me that my college friends who had MBAs, I was making more money than them. So I got lazy. I started hiring any and everybody. So I learned from that. So now as I go back, you need to know what your net worth is. What your net worth is today, and most importantly, what your net worth is going to be 12, 36 months from today because you got a new strategy. Why is that important? Because guess what? This is what they do in Fortune 500 companies. They do annual reports, quarterly reports, weekly reports. And if you out there claiming to be a real entrepreneur, that's what you're supposed to be doing. But if you ain't, shame on you. And guess what? When you get to the next level and stuff get real busy, that's when you're going to start messing up. How do I know? Been there, done that multiple times. You got to delegate. So then we're going to tell you your retirement number, what your money worth is right now. And then we're going to show you when you get out the rat race, how to sustain that and get free based on passive income derived through what? Real business. Digital assets is one part of a business. Core assets is another part of a business. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Sponsorships is another part of a business. Does that make sense? So now we're going to show you what the value of your money should be based on taxation and inflation. Taxation and inflation. Inflation, hyperinflation right now, almost 10%. It ain't been this bad since 1973 when the oil embargo happened under Carter. See, you ain't even that old to even understand what this is. So you may panic. So that person with that personality that's been built up, this million, followers and subscribers who make most of their money, again, on courses and sponsorships. And they got money now, but they ain't never had no hardship other than the one they came from. So they new rich. They dangerous. So then we're going to do a debt freedom plan for you. Tell you the date, the time you get out of debt. And then if you take on debt, we're going to show you how to leverage that debt. Because again, let me show you. I used to be a chartered senior financial planner. I used to be a certified estate advisor. Do you think that the Montgomery Regional Airport in Alabama going to hire me and Melvin Hobson to come teach all their employees, including their CEO to their janitor, about finances if we ain't really the real deal? So I like to see those guys and girls on this platform to be on these shows, and then they even get on some of the popular television shows. But go put your strategies in corporate America where it really counts. And then I got love for you. Then, most importantly, you got to give back to God, okay? Because you should help those less fortunate. Hand up, not hand out, okay? And again, I used to be guilty of this. Man, I was in love with money in my early 20s. You know why? Because I ain't had none. And I didn't know better. But then when I figured it out, and when I went through that therapy and learned about serving those less fortunate, I started giving back to my community. And I don't put it out on Broad Street. Again, in the Bible, it says, a man who gives does not brag about it. We're going to do an asset allocation model for you. Why is that important? Because you do twice a year automatic account rebalance, because when the market is very volatile and you're tax heavy in stocks that are losing value, you need to move some of that money over to some bonds, maybe go over to cash. Guess what I was wise enough to do when I was a chartered senior financial advisor and certified estate advisor and fully licensed in everything I needed in 2008? My portfolio only lost 10%. When people were losing 60, 70, 80%. Because you know why? Because I read a book and I saw it coming based on the SNL scandal back in the 80s. And I immediately moved all my portfolio except for 10% to cash. You can ask Melvin Hobson if I'm lying. And I told my clients they should do the same thing. There's a tip. Then we do a housing analysis for you, because some of you got great credit and you make $80,000 and the bank is telling you, hey, you can get a $500,000 house because interest rates are 2.75 when you really can only afford a 250. But you go get the 500,000 because you want your forever home, because you're trying to brag to people. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. But guess what? When everybody's gone, you're going to love cleaning that 20,000 square foot house with the maintenance bill is 2-3 G's a month. Come on now. Be real with yourself. And again, if you got it and it's only 10% of your income, hey, man, get it. Get it. Hey, girl, get it. But if you ain't and you have extended yourself, 2008, I had post office workers living in $500,000 houses making 80 grand. They just said foreclosures up 700% this year. 3 million people went into foreclosure or forbearance at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, still in forbearance right now. Because there's a saying that my grandfather shared with me and my father shared with me: the big print giveth and the little print taketh away. What does that mean? Because they created the CARES Act. They said you can go in and borrow out of your 401b, your 403b, your 401k, your 401a, your 403b. You can borrow money without penalty because we're in a pandemic. So go borrow the money. And you know what? The people who didn't need to borrow the money, they borrowed the money anyway. But then they didn't read that little fine print that says if you go into forbearance, here's a tip. We live in a what? A capitalistic world. America is a capitalistic corporation. So they're not doing something for free for you. I'm gonna let you stop paying me $1,000 a month on a loan that I gave you for 50 grand for 2 years, and I don't make no cheddar? Come on now. You know what that game is? That's the shark. When you borrow, loan shark. They loan you some money. They know you can't pay it back. Am I lying, Nick? And they just let you float out there, and then they just break your ankles, chop off your head. They still do that, ladies and gentlemen. They just do it on paper now. And you know what they come back? They repo your house. They garnish your wages. They take your car. And you sit up there, oh, man, what happened? Well, again, did you need to go into your 401k? Did you need to go in forbearance on your house note because everything was closing down? If you were solid, you should have never done it. Anyway, as a licensed professional, I'm going to go over your insurance policies. I'm going to go over all your policies because I'm going to identify if you are over premium underinsured or if you're underinsured altogether, because I hold all licenses. I don't sell life insurance products, but I renew my license every year so I can look at the changes in the laws, and I'll show you something that life insurance agents don't even know. It's called cost per thousand. You don't buy insurance about how much you need and how much you can afford. You buy it by the unit of measure, just like you buy a gallon of gas, like you buy an ounce of bread. But if you don't know that because you ain't in the industry, and these, gurus who claim they know everything, again, Nick can tell you. He done seen me sit down with VPs and CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and they don't even know the stuff that I know. And that doesn't mean I'm anybody great. It's because I came from nothing, and I learned about money, and I said, hey, I ain't going to get mad at them because they beat me. I'm going to learn what they know, and I'm going to apply it for myself. So I made it a student to learn the laws. Every year, I get the new tax laws that are pertinent to my situation. Then I talk to my CPA, and I say, how does this work for me? How's it work in my corporation? And then once he tells me that, I say, how can it work for our people? And when I say our people, I mean middle-class America. And then, you know what? I go out and share the gospel, but only the ones that want to hear it, okay? Then we're going to invest in your goals, your dreams, your plans. How do we make you successful? I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to give you a 60-day wrap, because if you take the information, you'll do it yourself. That's cool, because you don't need to be with us forever. We just need to get you back right. Like a chiropractor, give you a little setting, get everything right, and you go out for another 12, 36 months. And then when you outgrow that, come on back. We'll be here. And then we're going to give you the blueprint. We're going to actually tell you how to execute your dreams, your goals, your plans. We're going to give you 60-day plan of action, a 1-year and a 3-year plan of action. Let me ask you this. When's the last time Kanye came down and showed you how to be a fake billionaire? Oh, he went into the church, and all he did is pillage the church. Let's keep it real. You know what? Kanye from Chicago. Guess what? I'm from Chicago. I met Kanye when he had nothing. God blessed him with genius. He didn't bless him with stewardship for your people. But you want to praise him. That's idolatry. Because it's the same, brother, and I ain't poo-pooing on him because I think he's an amazing musician. He's an amazing creator. But guess what? If his stuff is all in a row, why he over here having problems in his personal life? Get that one on the way home. But you still following him and buying his Yeezys. Who's the smart one? Crazy like a fox, right? And yeah, has Jay-Z come down and showed you how he did his deal with the Barclays Center? Did he come down to your house and say, hey, here's how I maneuvered, and I twisted the laws, and I put a fugazi out there to make y'all think I was going to be the primary owner, and I'm going to show you how to do it too, brother and sister, who ain't got but $10 in their pocket right now. I'm going to show you how to do that because I'm the hoe. Hey, I ain't mad at Jay-Z. He made some great music, and he's the master of pimping. Real talk. Yeah. So if I'm hurting some feelings right now, hey, keep it real. Again, ask yourself one question. Has he come down and blessed you with the skills he got to help you out? Or did he convince you to buy what he's promoting? Last time I saw him and his wife on the Tiffany's commercial. Don't look like you. Hey, man, I'm just getting heated up. Then we're going to do a service inquiry. You know what that means? That means Who do you need to be working with in the 7 spheres of money? Who is your CPA? Who's your attorney? Who's your mortgage banker? Who's your financial planner? And here's the most important question. Why are they all competing for your $1? They should be coming to the table and giving you the best information in industry, and they should be working together to make your $1 $11. But you know what they do? Because most of them are on sales and commission, and even the certified financial planners say, oh man, I get paid to give you advice. You still getting paid to do a damn service to give me financial advice. So the first question you should ask that CPA or that CFP, hey man, let me see your portfolio. You all that in the bag of chips because you passed the test. Oh, you've been practicing for 10. All right, boss man, boss lady, show me your portfolio. Show me your millions of dollars. Show me your 10, 20 retail residential properties that you got. But I'm cool if you just say, hey, guess what, DJ? I make my money by charging you $500 an hour to tell you what you should do. Oh, I'm good with that. But don't tell me you smarter than me. Don't tell me you got more than me when you are basically a hired professional, a mercenary. In the 4 quadrants of the cash flow quadrant, what quadrant you think they fall in? They are self-employed. They always the smartest. They don't have systems. Because if they did, they would have multiple offices. Ha! Well, wait a minute. Multiple offices? Wait a minute. You said Mr. Lane got 3 corporate offices across the country. That's right, baby. Delegation. You can't get rich with one franchise. You got to get multiples. You might be able to make $3 million a year with one subway, but what happens if the hurricane comes and wipe your subway out? What's your income next year? 0. Anyway, we also get you approved for mortgages. Your current mortgage, your future mortgage, and your missed refinance, because we teach you about a principle that I created called the 50-25 rule. And last but not least, the dirty word, the profanity, we put you on a budget. And you send us every week your expense report, not for me, not for James to look at, not for Melvin to look at, not for Nick to look at, for you to look at. Dang, why did I spend $50 on these shoes that are just sitting in the closet for 3 months? Oh, I had an emotional breakdown and I was feeling bad, so I had to go buy something to make me feel good. Man, why I got Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, Prime, ESPN, Disney Plus. Damn, how many of those can you watch at one time? But your bill is $140. Yeah, you got rid of cable, but you get the apps now. I'm just saying. I didn't have cable for 20 years. I just got Netflix again 3 years ago. And guess what? When Netflix first came out, I had the stock. Shout out to my #1 mentor who passed away, Harold Davis, and his beloved wife, Monica, and their beloved son, Nehemiah. In 2007, I told him about Netflix. Bought the stock. I cashed out of mine, ladies and gentlemen, to invest in my business, to grow my bill pay business. Because what's better, Netflix or investing in my own business? And if I win big. If I lose, hey, at least I swung the bat. Does that make sense? So that's what we're here to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to celebrate the fact that we can bring you the real information with real licensed professionals, real people who have experienced good times and made it through bad times because they had a defense strategy, an offensive strategy, and they had a special team. You know what the special teams is, Nick? It's that person that can go and get the future information before the future gets here. I'm going to say that again. The special teams is that person can go get the future information before the future gets here and share with you. And he and her they really know you're not really going to be ready for it because it's too, revolutionary and it's too shocking for you to believe it. Let's give them an example. Oh, it's called crypto. How long crypto been around? Man, crypto been around, bro, almost 20 years. But now everybody's hopping on the crypto wagon. But in 2008, 2009, I had some crypto. I got the receipt for it, baby. Didn't even know what the heck it was, but because I have this little program, it's called STEAM, ladies and gentlemen. Science, technology, entrepreneurship, access, baby, and mentorship. Since I have access and mentorship because I've earned it over 20 years, just like professional athletes, just like entertainers, they're not financial experts because they make a lot of money. People who know money, they call them and say, hey, man, let me give you a tip. And you know why they call them, Nick? Because they want to get their money. You know what we used to call it? Dumb money. Oh, man, I got a lot of advisors mad at me saying that. What? Yeah. First people we used to call, Nick, we used to call athletes and entertainers. We used to call that dumb money. Because they make a lot of money. They're not in the profession of knowing how money works. Now, 1% of them figure it out after they get out of their profession. And then 1% of them actually become advisors. So that's all. I'm going to leave it at that, baby. Man, I'm so excited for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate you patronizing your investment in yourself because we make our money outside of this. We have a regular business. We own a few different investments in other businesses. And this is just something we do just to, share the gospel. And we're just excited about it. And the reality is that we need to be on these streets because this is what the young people need. We need to get out and help them. Real talk. And we need to, pull down the shade and, roll back the curtain so you can see what's really behind the scene and show you what it really is about and then let you make your own choice. You should always ask for your own options at the end of the day. You should always ask and I'll put it to you this way, and you may not appreciate this, and you may do. Here's the reality. If you get carjacked, right? And a guy puts a gun to your head and says, I want your car. You have an option. Give him the car, give him your wallet, and live the next day. 9 out of 10 times. Yep, 1 out of 10 ain't nothing you can do, and tragedy happens, right? But in all reality, most of the time, those people just want your material things because they know the likelihood if they take something from you or take your life, they're going to get caught. So if you just say, hey, man, take my wallet, take my car, I can replace that. I cannot replace my life. That's called an extreme option, but it is an option. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? See, my grandfather told me common sense is not common knowledge. So if I'm in a situation like that, I got to think, what's more important in this scenario? The material thing, my ego, or me be able to go tell and report it the next day? And guess what? I've been in situations like that before because I also grew up in the hood and have had, people try to rob me. I've had people who have jumped on me with multiple gangs jumped on me. So I'm not telling you something just out of hyperbole. I'm telling you factual experiences, ladies and gentlemen, if that makes sense. So Nick, hey man, let's take it to the break this last time. We're going to come back and celebrate some other people who have, participated in the program over the last 2 years because we want to give our homage and our appreciation of them. And then we're going to be out of here, man, because we love everybody. We hope that you enjoy the information that we bring to you. We hope you understand the sincerity of it. And we hope you understand that we are experienced and we are experts in our craft. And here's the thing I'll tell you. I'll stand up against anybody's platform in the middle class, and it'll be very rarely that we as a team will come up short because we're winning in corporate America every day. We don't have no newbies on our team. Now I take it back. We do have 2 newbies on our team, but they're exceptional. Every now and then you find a gifted person that has wisdom beyond their years, like Nick, and you wise enough to put them on your team. There's another tip. I'm not an old head where I'm sitting up here and trying to only do stuff my way. I'm embracing the young geniuses and bringing them on the team so that they can keep us in the game of relevance, not in terms of, production, but relevance and relatability. So Nick, take us to the break. Hey, remember, like, share, subscribe. We love you all. It's our 2nd year anniversary, and we're going to bring it to you because I'm giving away $50,000 in scholarships, grants, and I'm going to give away 1 world-class trip to Zanzibar, and I'm going to give away 2 executive memberships that we'll work with you for the whole year. What I charge 10 grand for, and I got the receipts in corporate America. So Nick, take us to the break, baby. Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach, and we're celebrating our second anniversary on the 20th. So we're going to do something crazy. That's right. We're going to give you what I call 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. That means we're going to give you 2 master classes, consultation for the next 2 weeks for only $20 bill. That's right. 2 master classes, 2 weeks for only $20 bill. And we're going to teach you how to create the pom-pom lifestyle and earn $8,333 a month in passive income. And the master class is going to focus on teaching you how to start business, buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws. And all you got to do is hit that link and invest $20 for 2 weeks, 2 classes, and come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. I'll see you in the master class 2 by 2 with DJ Money.
What's happening, everybody? It's DJ the Money Coach coming to you live. That's right, baby. And Kinder Rocks Beach and Zanzibar. Living that pom-pom lifestyle. Any money, peace of mind? Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. Because you know what? I am my ancestor, and you are too. You deserve it. Get with me, baby. Tell them that beautiful person out there. All right, so you know what you got to do. 4 dirty little words. Number 1, discipline. Number 2, accountability. Number 3, plug into the 7 spheres of money system. And number 4, put your head down, go to work in 3 to 6 years. You can be completely consumer debt free, pay off your house in 5 to 7 years, and have a 6-figure income by business, real estate, leveraging the tax laws. But first things first, you got to hit that link, come to the master class, and get freedom right now today. Peace.
Yeah, we're back, baby. So, you know, it's like them Baptist preachers and stuff. They say they always, hey, man, we always ending, but they don't never close. So we're going to do that. This is it for us because I got to go and entertain my family. I got to eat, man. I'm so excited that I've been running on pure, adrenaline for the past 3 days, ladies and gentlemen. And here's what you'll learn about winners. You know what? Winners, ladies, men, boys, and girls, once they get something that they're passionate about, they will work every minute, every hour, every day of the week until the job is done. They don't count the hours. They don't count the days. They count the success and the completion of the task. Okay? That's what we're about. Even though we're free, we take this seriously. Okay? So we do everything we possibly can to help you get where you need to be, as long as you're willing to do the 4 dirty little words. Okay? What are the 4 dirty little words? Number 1, discipline yourself. Number 2, be accountable to a system, which is number 3. And number 4, do the work. Here's what you should do. You should have 3 leaders in your life. Okay? Number 1, have a God headship leader. If that's Jesus Christ, if that's Allah, if that's Buddha, whomever that is that you follow, you need to have a Godship first. Okay? Number 2, you need to have a business leader in your life. Somebody who leads leaders. If you turn around and nobody's following you, you're not a leader. Okay? I don't care how great your personality is. If the fruit ain't on the tree, you're not a leader. What do I mean? If your people that you're following, look where their family is. Don't look where the people who are their fans, which is just an abbreviation of phonetics. Look at their family fruit. So y'all don't go deep. Y'all surface dwellers. I'm talking about go deep, deep, deep. Look at the fruit on that tree. John C. Maxwell, deep fruit. Why? He's bred a lot of leaders of multiple organizations. That's a leader, okay? And then the third one is you get yourself a successful business advisor who's already created successful six-figure businesses for multiple years. Successful $1 million business for multiple years. You have to have those three advisors in your life at all times, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And then you got to be able to have the ability to have the teammates to actually complement your weaknesses. Okay? That's where the systems comes in. You have to have self-awareness and have the ability to hire the brightest to actually hedge your weaknesses so you can actually be in your gift that God gave you. Okay? So with that, I'm going to give another shout out to some people who actually have been picking up what we putting down. And we always want to, appreciate them, because without them, there's no us. So we're going to give a shout out. Shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Demacia. Shout out to Kimya. Shout out to Stacy. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Benjamin. Shout out to Jadiana. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Shakira. Shout out to Catherine. Shout out to Monica. Shout out to Kalitha. Shout out to Sean. That's the CH Sean. Shout out to Tanya. Shout out to Deborah. Shout out to Raydina. Shout out to Casey. These are all people in the last few days who got down with the program and saw the value and have come through some of the counseling of the program. Okay? Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Jacqueline. Shout out to Disha. Shout out to Rosa. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Shataraya. If I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. Shout out to Sparkle. Shout out to Tonya. Shout out to Adele. Shout out to Cal. Shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Desiree. Shout out to Charisma. And shout out to Altavis and Sheila. So if I didn't get your name, it wasn't because I didn't want to name you. We only got so many minutes, but you know what really matters is that we actually praising you by doing the work for you. Okay? Praising you by doing the work for you. So we also give a shout out to our first original sponsor, Tolero. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Coda. And the most grateful thing about this, and I'm not promoting the consumption of alcohol, I'm promoting the consumption of premium Black-owned products that are high end. Okay? And this is the first 100% organic, 100% Black-owned tequila. Emphasis on 100% organic and 100% tequila Black-owned. Okay? Because there have been some Black-owned tequilas, but they have not been 100% organic and they have not been 100% Black-owned. So I have been blessed to actually become a minority partner in the exchange, because you know what we were able to do? We were able to bring some access to major capital to help work, and we're going to do an amazing event. If y'all want to come rock with us, Memorial Day weekend, come on down here for Cigar Week with Tolero and our team, and we're going to party like it's 1999 responsibly, also with Ericka Williams. We're going to get down, because if you work hard and you serve the masses, you deserve to blow off a little steam responsibly. So if y'all want to get down with us before Zanzibar, come on down to Houston for the Memorial Day weekend of Cigar Week with Tolero and our crew, and we're going to have a blast. So that's the first thing we're going to get rocking. And man, that's all I got for you. This is the pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and dolls, this is a 1 out of 1 success. You can be 100% successful with the basic strategies that we teach you, because we ain't superstars. And I tell you about it all in the ABCs of wealth and the 26 strategies of common sense strategy achieving the American dream. It's achievable for everybody. So thank you for joining our 2-year anniversary. We're going to celebrate until April 30th, just like we did last year. Our special 2x2x2 program is actually going to end, by the strike of midnight on Sunday, but we're going to provide the rest of the program on the master classes to the 30th, okay? Because I'm picking up the tab on all of those programs for you. You understand? So what I typically charge $2,000 for, I'm giving to you for $20, what I typically give on Ericka and my other, people shows that I give for 200, I'm picking up the tab. That's where the $50,000 is going primarily, so you will know. Because I always know, people say, oh man, he ain't giving it. No, because I'm giving you right now. So all those people I named off of, that's my money that I'm putting into them. And if you went out in corporate America and you were able to find yourself a top tier attorney like Lisa K. Shebar, a top tier medicine expert, 30 years, best in class like Dr. Hollowell. If you went out and found a James Lane, CPA, top of their class, you went out and found a Melvin Hobson, registered investment advisor, top of their class, a Brandon, top of their class, I will guarantee you could not get an hour of their time for less than $300 an hour. Real talk. So, can you talk to Cardone for less than $10,000? No, you can't. So, there you go. So, I'm excited. This night is about, the majority global. Y'all get that on your way home, okay? And we want to say thank you to our new partner and our sponsor. We'll be announcing that too in the master class, and it's world class, best in class #1. So I will say shout out to Karan. Shout out to Karan, and we're looking exceptionally excited to have you on the show on next Friday. Man, y'all better tune in. Y'all better tune in, baby. And shout out to Brian and shout out to Ward, because we also doing these NILs too, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, we're innovators. I am NIL certified. What does that mean? That means I can teach student athletes how to actually use that money that's coming to them, that's a windfall that they deserve, but they don't know how to handle it. I'm actually going to be teaching them literacy to them and their parents, and most importantly, making sure they're not getting, taken advantage of by these agents. That's a whole different can of worms, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to have experience in that lane to even help them. You know why? Because I work with professional athletes. Woo, man, we're excited. So, hey, Nick, your show, baby. As he say, take us to the break.
Yep. Take them, DJ gave the closeout, the call to discipleship, and I'm going to give the benediction here. So we wish everyone a pom lifestyle. There's plenty of money, peace of mind, and we invite you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And your beach doesn't have to be next to sand or water, but your beach is where you find your personal freedom and that mental tranquility. So we'll see you on the next episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions. But before that, we'll see you at Wednesday's masterclass, and then we'll see you on the next episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And happy anniversary to us. Happy anniversary to you. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Hi, so this is a testimonial for DJ the Money Coach. First of all, I got one of the best packages that you had, so that was A1. I love the team. They have really come through. You were amazing as a coach. Every week you showed up on time. Every single week, and trust me, I've been in a lot of courses, a lot of classes, spent a lot of money. And unfortunately, some people don't do what they say that they're going to do as a coach. It's not that I didn't know about some of the things, but the main parts that I would say were different for me is learning about how to actually save the right amount of money for an emergency savings, learning about tax savings, and even how to structure your business more properly so that you can reap the benefits of the taxes and not be taxed so much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Terry. I recently just linked up with DJ the Money Coach, and he's been very helpful, gave me a lot of information, told me how I could turn my personal credit into business credit, also showed me how I could pay for a personal vehicle through my business and corporation setup, and also set me up with Melvin to help me actually put together a will, a power of attorney, a Roth IRA, and I'm only 25. And I'm only 25, so I'm just looking for the future, and these guys are setting me up, building my foundation strong. And I just wanted to show my appreciation and say you guys should be next. Call DJ. He's definitely there to help.
I definitely would highly recommend DJ, the Money Coach. He's very personable. He's actually real. He actually does meet with his clients. You know, I'm happy for that. And he actually has a team that he works with that, you know, that are actually real. They do call people, so they will call you. So that's kind of why I want to rock with DJ, the Money Coach.
Hello, my name is George Paisley, and I just finished my first initial consultation with DJ, the Money Coach. And I have to say, it was very enlightening. I enjoyed it. He hit me to some game. In the first 2 minutes, he told me about a way I could save taxes on next year. So even if I didn't work with him, I left away with that knowledge. To anyone else out there thinking about it, at the very least, take the time, have a talk with him, and let him show you how he can help you live that pom-pom lifestyle.
Since meeting you, I have had the pleasure of meeting other people among your team who have given me the knowledge to be able to take my business to the next level. So I'm definitely looking forward to a better year from here on out. So thank you very much for placing those people in my path.
DJ the Money Coach has been helping me with my financial planning. Melvin Hobson has been helping me with family planning, learning how to structure generational wealth. And I've been working with James Lane on taxes and how to structure my business. So I'm really excited. This is a group of people, man, I really believe that's going to be able to help the Black community. And they're all doing this while I'm actually working over the road. So if you get the opportunity, get down with DJ the Money Coach and change your life.
The team, the DJTMC team, has created a financial plan for me, created a policy wherein I can create wealth for my great-granddaughter, who's 7 years old now. And because I didn't have these documents in place, I'm getting assistance with my will, power of attorney, and all of the documents that you would need to ensure that your policy, that your estate will be executed as you desire it to be done. I strongly recommend the DJTMC team.
You're looking at a satisfied customer. If you're like me and you have had problems with credit, you don't know enough about how to manage credit, you don't have enough money to invest in the stock market or set aside for retirement, then I encourage you to give DJ the Money Coach and his team a call. He has helped me, and I'm sure he'll help you. Shout out to Ericka Williams for having DJ on your show.
Stop wishing better, start doing better, and move forward with somebody that has not only the knowledge, the skills, the talent, and the team to help you go where you want to go. I'll get more than my money's worth. If I could spend a few grand, several grand on a piece of luggage, I could spend a little bit to get a lot of it in the long run. So if you're thinking about doing better, stop thinking, start doing, and definitely get down with the pom-pom lifestyle.
Hello. My name is Arthur Denner. Currently working over here contracting in Iraq. To scrolling on YouTube right there and saw Ericka and DJ the Money Coach, talking and everything. So we decided to sign on with him, with him and his team, to help take our business as well as ourselves, to another level. So with DJ and his team, I know, they can make that happen.